Yo, yes. Welcome back. Thank you so much for tapping into the channel once again. I appreciate you all. Now, of course, by the title, we're gonna be diving into the Mikaela Mayer versus Sandy Ryan rematch that went down. So we're definitely going to take a look not only into that, but there were some other things that went down on that card that we're going to be discussing as well. But before we get into all that, we are powered by, you already know, our good friends at DNS Cleaning. So if you're in the Hampton Roads area, and you have a vacation home or you have a workspace, or if you're a realtor and you need help keeping those properties kind of in line and together, those are the people you want. So feel free to reach out to me. I'll get you all the information you need. Feel free to find them on social media. They are on Instagram, DNS Cleaning Services LLC, and look them up, and they will get you taken care of. We also have sponsorship opportunities available as well, so feel free to email us at yourboxingfix@gmail.com, and we'll discuss any sponsorship opportunities that are available as well. But let's get down to it. Like we said, we had us a good night of boxing. We're going to dive right into it. First, Emiliano Vargas, the young boy, came out and did his thing, man. That knockout that he had was impressive. Y'all got to give him that. Y'all have to. And they're bringing him along slowly, right? Which is the right thing to do. He's only 20 years old, so there's no reason to put the rocket ship on him already. Let him keep being impressive, which is what he's doing. I want to say now he's 14-0, 11 knockouts. They're bringing him along slowly, so that time when he reaches 23, 24, he's already, battle tested and ready to go, but still young when we talk about boxing. So we got to give props to Emiliano Vargas and the whole Top Rank team, though, for how they're bringing him along, and his pops for working with him, too. So I like what they're doing with Emiliano. They're not rushing anything. They're putting him in situations where he can be, impressive. He's a future star, right? If Top Rank keeps playing their cards right, Emiliano Vargas could end up being a future star. Now I do see him and Keyshawn go back and forth, but there's no reason for them to fight, right? Keyshawn, he's a world champion now, right? He's getting ready to defend his title. Apparently, Edwin De Los Santos is most likely going to be the opponent. I'm hearing Norfolk in June. It's a little tidbit for y'all. I'm hearing either Norfolk or New York. It was originally supposed to be New York, but now I'm hearing Virginia could be in the play. Norfolk could be in play. So we'll see what happens with Keyshawn. But back to Emiliano, man. He was impressive. One punch knockout. That's what you want. So shout out to, like we said, his whole team, Top Rank, for bringing him along nicely, and the sky's gonna be the limit for him. So just keep doing what he's doing, keep listening to his pops, keep working hard, keep grinding, which I'm sure he will, and the young boy will be just fine. So shout out to the whole Vargas team. Shout out to all those guys. But hey, Shushu Carrington too, boy. You want to talk about a statement? There's another one, Shushu Carrington. Now, Shushu's in a good spot, too, because Shushu is ranked high amongst all the sanctioning bodies. Now, there is talk that he wants to fight Nick Ball, but who knows what Nick Ball's plan is going to be, because now we have to start factoring in a way, because there's talks of them potentially fighting. So either way, though, Shushu's in a good spot, because I want to say Rafael Espinoza's under the Top Rank banner, so he could always go that route, too. But Shushu, man, Shushu put on an amazing performance. And I don't know if y'all saw the piece when they talked about his brother. Ah, man, like that made me more of a fan of Shushu for real. Just seeing what he's been through with his brother, where he grew up at. And if you listen to Shushu's interviews, you wouldn't think that he grew up in that kind of environment, right? So that's a shout out to him and the people that he has around him, apparently, because he has some level headed people around him to keep him locked in and worry about the main thing, which is boxing. So yeah, man, I'm anxious to see what's going on with Shushu next, man. I fully believe it's going to be a world title shot next, because there's no other reason to fight nobody else at this point. He's ranked top 4 in 4 of the sanctioning bodies, and I want to say he's ranked number 1 in 2 of them. So there's no reason for him to fight nobody else. I think at this point he's just going to kick back and chill, and whatever title opportunity presents itself, he gonna go that way. And can we blame him for real? Because he's really worked to get to that point. So it wouldn't surprise me to see Shushu sit out for a while, or whether sit out a while or not. I believe Carrington's next fight is going to be for a world title. He deserves it. But shout out to him. But yeah, that piece that we saw on his brother, man, you can't help but be moved by stuff like that, man. So it shows that he's been through a lot, and he's still fighting. So you can't help but root for people like that. So definitely want to give a shout out to him. Brian Norman Jr. We also got to give his flowers too, man, because he came right in off hand surgery, off a couple months, and put Buddy away. And the thing is, this dude was never knocked down or never stopped, and Norman got him up out of there. I want to say around 4 or 5. So that tells you what a healthy Brian Norman looks like. It's dangerous. But that's what we want in that 147-pound division, right? Because when we talk about Boots and Stanionis, for a while we've been trying to find the right person for Boots. It's like at one time it was Crawford, and then at another time it was somebody else. But Brian Norman could very well end up being that dance partner for Boots Ennis. He's got to take care of Stanionis first. I want to say they fight in April, so they're actually fighting in a couple weeks, and we still got Barrios lurking around. Now, Norman did say in an interview that Barrios, is kind of gatekeeping that WBC strap, so he wouldn't mind getting that belt up off Mario Barrios and then fighting the winner of Stanionis and Ennis for undisputed. But either way, I'm for it, man. If you can somehow, some way work out a Brian Norman versus Boots Ennis fight, with what I saw with Brian Norman last night, it's going to be a good fight. People are telling me, they're like, yo, bro, but Brian Norman gets hit a lot. Boots gets hit a lot too. The 2 fights that we had with Karen Chikakian, people were questioning Boots. People were like, that ain't really a good performance on it. Boots gets hit too. Let's not sit here and cap to the people. So that's what makes it a good fight. So I hope we get that. As a personal fan, that's the matchup I want. But at the end of the day, if we talk about undisputed, it's going to be the best versus the best. So whoever it ends up being, I think we're going to end up getting a good matchup. So, Brian Norman on his return back just actually put on and made a statement. So, shout out to him. And the main event, Mikaela Mayer. Mikaela Mayer wins by unanimous decision over Sandy Ryan. But it's like Mikaela fought a whole nother fight. She was aggressive, work rate. That's pretty much what sums the fight up. Mikaela, I want to say for like the first 6-7 rounds, she was just coming straight forward, throwing a lot of punches, and it seemed to overwhelm Sandy. Sandy, by the time she got comfortable and really started affecting Mikaela and was able to get some blood and all that stuff, it was already late into the fight, and Mikaela had already established the lead. But got to give Sandy Ryan some props too. She came in with another game plan. She tried to switch it up, her and her coach. But I think Mikaela, she was a little bit more emotional than Sandy was with the whole coach and everything, because throughout the interviews, I got the vibe that coach that left Sandy kind of meant a lot to Mikaela. I get it, it's business and those things happen, but and she did what she had to do and got the victory. And I'm not taking nothing away from her, but I think that coach leaving her, I think that kind of put a little like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Put a little sting on her for a second. But she if there was, she got it back last night, right? She got it back by unanimous decision. Now this sets her up in a potential undisputed matchup with Lauren Price. And Lauren Price already said, let's run it. So hopefully that's what we get next. I think that's probably what we're going to end up seeing is, the undisputed matchup between Mikaela Mayer and Lauren Price. And I'm down for it. It'd be a good matchup between those two. And as we know, Lauren Price she just got the decision win not too long ago off Natasha Jonas. Natasha Jonas fought Mikaela Mayer, and it was a closer fight than what Lauren Price versus Natasha Jonas was. So I don't know if y'all want to kind of look at that as a gauge, look at a common opponent and kind of base an opinion off that. But as we know, styles make fights, right? So hopefully we get that fight. But yeah, that whole top rank card, it was a lot of knockouts, and that's what fans like, right? A lot of knockouts. We had a lot of action. A lot of young stars, a lot of people solidifying themselves as stars, and it was a good night. So I appreciate you all for tapping in and rocking with me. And let me know in the comment section what y'all thought about those fights. Let me know what y'all thought about Tiger Johnson. Tiger Johnson did his thing as well. So drop a comment in there for Tiger Johnson. Deidre Crocklem, he did his thing as well. So drop comments for those boys also. But thank you all so much for tapping into the video. I'll always say I'm grateful. I mean, you know, thank you, right? Thank you all so much. And until next time, peace.